ladies and gentlemen. It's the Pod State of the Union, and I am here to announce that our prices have never been lower. Our viewers have never been higher. And I am here to announce that Still Scrolling will remain free for everyone. It's the State of the Union on podcast.
The state of the podcast?
I guess so. Welcome to Derek did what Democrats should have done during Trump's State of the Union.
Derek walked out of your State of the Union.
Jesus Christ. You know what? Just start the show. Good news, everyone. Good news. I am one of your hosts, Justin, for Still Scrolling. Your blackest host, by the way.
And I am your only other host at the moment, your whitest of the white, because I did have an iced coffee today from Dunkin'. I am Stefania.
Oh my God. Welcome to Still Scrolling. Derek is having technical issues, but we will see him hopefully soon enough. But welcome to Still Scrolling. We have so much to talk about and so little time to do it. So let's get started on some of the big things. There was a couple of updates regarding, I guess, what we talked about on Monday, specifically what's going on with the BAFTA situation and John Davidson, because John Davidson gave an interview to Variety that explained what happened to the BAFTAs and what happened at the BAFTAs in more detail. It did illuminate some things for me. Some of the things that I said in Monday, I changed my mind about. And I think it's important to say that we changed our mind. But this article goes on to say, John Davidson, the Scottish Tourette's syndrome activist, the real-life inspiration for I Swear, was thrust into the spotlight at the 79th BAFTA Awards when his involuntary vocal tics disrupted the ceremony, including an outburst of racial slurs that occurred as sinners Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo presented an award. He gave an interview. And since the fallout, Davidson's team shares that he's reached out to the studio handling Sinners in order to directly apologize to Jordan, Lindo, and production designer Hannah Beachler. Hannah Beachler was another person that he ran into at the award show, and he also called her the N-word, which is its own can of worms as well. Mm-hmm. But many people's only frame of reference for Tourette's syndrome comes from stereotypes, particularly the idea that it's just swearing or saying slurs for shock value. How do you describe the condition to someone starting from that place? And he says, very often the media focuses on my particular type of Tourette's, which is called coproalia, the involuntary use of obscene and offensive language, and this symptom affects 10% to 30% of people with the condition. It is not a criterion for diagnosis. However, it is one of the hardest tics to manage and can be very distressing for those living with it. Many individuals report discrimination and isolation as a result. I have been physically beaten within an inch of my life with an iron bar after taking a comment to a young woman whose boyfriend and accomplice ambushed me one evening. The real challenge isn't the tics themselves, but the misconceptions surrounding them, and understanding the full range of Tourette's helps reduce stigma and supports everyone living with the condition. Yeah. The interviewer goes on to ask, in the moment before a vocal tic, do you know it's coming, or does it only become clear after the fact? He says, depending on the severity of the condition, people either have an ability to suppress what they are saying for short periods of time, or they don't. Suppressing can be compared to taking a full bottle of Coca-Cola and shaking it each time you feel the need to tic. Before long, the pressure is too intense, it has to be released, and it bursts out, and on occasion, that can lead to a tic attack. For me personally, my brain works so fast, and the tics have always been so aggressive that I have no idea when they are coming or what they will be, and I have no ability to suppress. And when the situation is stressful, I have absolutely no choice but to tic. It simply bursts out like a gunshot. He goes on to say that he was placed in front of a microphone although he was 40 rows back, he was placed in front of a microphone. He didn't think that the stage could hear his ticks, but when he realized like the reaction that was coming from the stage, he realized they certainly could, and he left immediately after. So, with that being said, does that change our perspective a little bit about what happened at the BAFTAs?
Sure.
Yeah, I
I
would
think,
say it changes.
yeah, I think most people, or maybe not most people, but I think a lot of people already kind of understood the situation and placed most of the blame on the BAFTAs and on the BBC themselves instead of on him like 1000% like that. I just think the internet is the internet, and nuance and conversation and discourse gets drowned out by like screaming and yelling and you know.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and plus the specific kind of, tick that he has or the, what's it called again? Tourette's that he has.
Tourette's, but he has a subcondition called coproalia.
Right,
Sorry if
right.
I'm saying that wrong. We're trying our best to be understanding.
Yeah, I saw a video of someone with that same type of, Tourette's, and they pretty much said, "Yeah, these are things that you can't really control, and it's a type where, like, you can say a slur that you don't actually mean, and it's not like you've said it before in your life, whatever, it could be the first time you say it, you just have to hear it, and then it's embedded in your brain, right? It's in your knowledge." So I think I said this on Monday, when we recorded, but it's one of those that you can't really control, in that moment. I'm sure he felt super horrible. I mean, he did. He felt super horrible. He left right after, right? Um, and it's truly the BAFTA's fault for not taking better precautions and also not cutting that part out when editing because they cut out so much stuff, right? It's a pre-recorded show. This could have easily been avoided. Um,
With
but
the time
it's nice.
difference, it was like close to 5 to 6 hours between the time of
Right,
when it was recorded and the release,
right.
which is also very weird. That other ticks were cut out, but not
Mhm.
this one.
Mhm.
I yeah, it's hard to reckon with. I will say I think there is a difference between responsibility and fault,
Mhm.
if that makes any sense. In that, it's not John Davidson's fault that he has uncontrollable ticks. I still think it's ultimately his responsibility to manage them.
Yeah.
Also, it may not be the best fault that that happened, but it's their responsibility to not let that go to air and have their most famous two black actors in attendance be
To not make it
embarrassed.
worse than it already was. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
I do think ultimately I do think it's John Davidson's responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I hope that
Yeah, yeah. I think there's multiple people that are responsible for mitigating it as much as possible. That's it. Like, you have handicap spaces, you have wheelchair accessible ramps, you have accommodations for people that have disabilities and stuff, and everybody has to kind of deal with that to some extent, right? Like, you go to a public place that's shared with somebody that might be disabled, everybody has to deal with it, right? But it's also everybody's responsibility to an extent to be understanding and make the accommodations to varying degrees. And I think none of that happened here.
Speaking of none of that happening here, did you guys hear what Vice President J.D. Vance announced this week?
He's
Oh, what did he announce?
he's expecting a new baby couch with his
Oh,
mistress.
listen. We cannot confirm or deny the existence of Baby Couch, but Vice President JD Vance, as well as the whole administration, announced that they will be temporarily halting some Medicaid funding to the state of Minnesota over fraud concerns, which is total. If you haven't been following what's going on in Minnesota, a lot of ICE activity there, a lot of protesting of ICE happening, as well as a YouTuber who I shall not name and give credit to in this portion of the podcast, literally went into Somali daycares looking for children so he could expose fraud. And turns out the Trump administration watched his YouTube channel and then halted more funding to those daycares, whether or not they were actually committing fraud or not. And just it's like they're not even trying anymore, I would say.
Yeah.
There's no legal or real justification to the administration's actions at this point. They just want to punish people for disagreeing with them.
Yep.
Or living a lifestyle that they don't agree with, which is very interesting. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's Riley Gaines was recently on a show, like one of these talk shows or whatever, where they have like multiple people call in, and I think it was like a Piers Morgan type show. Whatever. The point is, Riley Gaines was on that show, and she was talking about how her husband is more American than um than most of the citizens that are protesting ICE and blah 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 blah. And her husband is an immigrant from England. And Brian Tyler Cohen responded to her. He was also on that panel, and he responded saying like, you're literally being un-American by sitting there and quantifying how American everybody is simply based off of whether they agree with certain political ideas, certain things happening politically in the country. And I think this is just another example of it. Like, it is fundamentally un-American for them to halt Medicaid funding simply because of everything that's been going on. And obviously they'll never admit to that's why that they're doing it. But it is what it is precisely why they're doing it. Is because of the backlash. It is because of all the stuff happening anti-ICE in the state. And I think that just sums up the entire administration, the entire MAGA movement. It is fundamentally un-American because they insist that only they are true Americans because they live and they have the political ideals that they have.
Sounds like a little bit of racism.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, just a little bit. Not the
Some of
first
that
time.
too. Some of that too.
Definitely not the first time.
Definitely not the first time. Speaking of racism, did you guys hear the good news about Spider-Man?
He's racist?
No, whoa,
He said, speaking of racism.
whoa.
Wait, that's the good news for you?
Chill. What the heck? Whoa.
Well, he said, speaking of...
Shame.
Wow.
He said, speaking of
Shame.
racism.
Yes, speaking of racism.
Oh, we're getting a black suited protagonist.
You know what? just kill the show. In case you haven't heard, Sony is rebooting their Spider-Man extended universe after the failure that was Kraven. This comes off of the heels of them releasing a Spider-Noir trailer, as well as a potential animated Venom film. I've said so many times on this podcast about why this is happening with the deal with Marvel and Sony and Spider-Man, but at this point, I actually don't blame them for wanting to start over. I don't. I think there is a germ of an idea there, but that idea is rooted a little bit, for the most part, in greed. But are you guys going to see? Are you guys sad that Madam Web 2 is not going to happen? Because I'm pretty bummed, but
I'm
let me know what you
heartbroken.
think.
I'm heartbroken we're not
Yeah.
getting a Morbius 2, right?
Oh, God.
We're not getting another Madam Web.
Mhm.
That's a huge bummer to me. We're not getting. I wanted to see more of Rhino doing that weird like noise that he makes in the Craven movie. So yeah, that's a huge bummer. But silver lining, we might actually get Spider-Man movies with Spider-Man in them, which is
I don't think that's the case.
it feels like that's the bare minimum. But we've gone what 10 years without
Right.
that. So that, hey,
L-
anything is possible.
Listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. And for new viewers who have not heard my rant about the Spider-Man contract, here's the deal. Sony has to be making and producing a Spider-Man film or a Spider-Man film with Spider-Man characters every couple of years, no matter what, or they lose the license and then it reverts to Marvel.
Yeah.
Sony realized after like a decade ago that it's kind of hard to make Spider-Man movies over and over and over again, especially when the actor doesn't want to do it anymore. So they thought it would be a good idea to turn to some of those ancillary characters like Venom and the villains and start making spin-offs with them without the Spider-Man part. And as much as I disagree with it, Venom is still a billion-dollar franchise. it made $1 billion, which is insane to say. Like, I can't believe that. And as much as I don't like Venom without Spider-Man, like I understand the impetus to want to try again and try to strike gold again, but there are many problems with the Spider-Man less universe. Steph, are you excited? Are you bummed that you're not going to see Morbius 2 happen?
I did spend money to go by myself to see Morbius in theaters. Yes, I am super bummed that we are not getting a Morbius 2. I would love to Morbin time times 3, times 4, times 5. Just make 10 of these movies, damn it, and I'll be there, front row.
Yep.
Anyways, I wasted money on Madam Web. I will say that $10 wasted. I could have went and bought a book.
Madam Web isn't even the worst Sony Spider-Man less movie.
It is.
It's not.
It's a
there
tough.
are worse.
It's a tough competition with Morbius, dude.
Yeah.
Craven was terrible. Craven was
I
the
didn't
worst.
even see Craven. I refused to see Craven because of how horrible it was.
Yeah, I guess
I just had to see what
Horrific.
Madam Web was like. That's why I spent the money.
I guess for me, Madam Web gets a pass because my own mother was in the jungle studying spiders when she died.
I swear to God.
So so it's a
Go
little bit
home.
of a better movie for me than like the average viewer.
Go home. You're done. You
know what I want to say? What I want to say is, Sony, give up the damn Spider-Verse characters. Just hand it over to Marvel,
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah, we
Hand
will
it over to Marvel,
crowdfund.
damn it.
We will crowdfund the $1 billion or whatever is necessary for you. Whatever you want for Spider-Man to sell it back, we'll crowdfund it. Just please.
There is
Go fund me.
zero chance that Sony is. It's their biggest franchise. Spider-Man is probably the most popular superhero of all time, next
Yeah.
to Batman.
Yeah.
But there's zero chance they're giving that up.
Yeah.
Like,
Then you know what? Then they better make some damn good movies. We
Just
gotta
make
wait
it
till like
good.
2028 for the next Spider-Verse movie. You might as well just make them good. Make them good, damn it.
You
I'm
make it
tired of
sound
this-
so easy. Just
Oh.
make a good movie. Just make a good movie.
It's not that hard to make a good movie. You literally have references called comics. Damn it.
Oh, okay, Steph.
Oh.
You have references out there.
I do have
You
a
know
theory.
You're partnering with Marvel Studios to do Spider-Man movies. There's a Spider-Man 4 coming out. It is not that hard to get people to collab to make a good Spider-Man movie and a good Venom movie and a good Sinister Six movie, damn it. Damn it. It's not that hard. We've been waiting years. I'm so mad my face is getting red.
Jeez.
Okay.
Remind
Woosah,
me to whenever
woosah.
we do an off week, we'll do our Spider-Man list movies pitches because I want to
Oh,
hear
yeah.
Steph's great idea for a Spider-Man movie.
I do have-
but-
I do have a theory, or
Oh.
perhaps it's just delusion, that
Mhm.
after Spider-Man Brand New Day, it is going to lead to more insulated Spider-Man only stories that then Sony is going to be able to fold into whatever their universe is going to end up being rebooted as. because the MCU is going to be more focused on the mutants. Um, hopefully that's the case, right? Because I feel like the MCU for a good amount of time there just became like Spider-Man, right? Like it was just like, oh,
Right.
Iron Man died. Spider-Man's our guy. And then, they had to share that character, so obviously it didn't produce as much as they probably wanted it to and all that stuff. So by kind of writing Brand New Day a certain way and ending it in a certain way, they could maybe segue that into something post Secret Wars that is good for us, the fans, obviously, but also would allow Sony to not have to like compete with a different Spider-Man, a different actor, or just a different like parallel universe. We'll see, I guess.
Interesting. We shall see. Speaking of seeing, Scream 7 is coming out this weekend, and it's drawing a lot of controversy because the last time we heard about a Scream movie, Melissa Barrera, the star of Scream 5 and 6,
Mhm.
got fired for her pro-Palestine remarks, causing them to redo the entire movie script for Scream 7. And that movie is starring Neve Campbell from the original Scream movies, and that's going to be released this weekend.
Yep.
Are we seeing Scream 7 this weekend?
No, absolutely not. I barely saw Scream 6. So 5 Cream was pretty good, right? They
5
they
Cream was really good.
yeah,
Like,
Five Cream, yeah.
yeah, like as far as reboots go, well done, right? It was really good.
Yeah.
Then Scream 6 was fine, I guess, but it was, in my eyes, it was already entering that like, oh, okay, they're milking the IP again, and I get it. They were doing something different. They were getting really meta with it and all that kind of stuff. Um, Scream 7 is essentially a completely different story than they were going to do, because they fired Melissa Barrera and then Jenna Ortega left in solidarity, and then the director left in solidarity. So it's like a completely different story, a completely different director, completely different stars. I don't care at this point to see anything having to do with Scream, with the Scream franchise. I barely cared going into 5 Cream, but because it was a reboot, I was interested in it and gave it a shot, and it was decent, but they botched all of that in my eyes, aside from the politics of it, right? Like, good for her for standing up for her beliefs. Shame on Spyglass for firing her. Aside from that, though, just like from a logic, technical perspective, this movie is doomed to fail. It's doomed to not be a good movie.
interesting. Okay. Here's the thing. I think this movie will be the true test if if the pro-Palestine movement is still has juice.
Right.
It won't be the last test, but I think this will be a real
It's a big
test
one. Yeah, it's a big
because
one.
Mhm.
if people, it happened, I think over a year ago when Melissa Barrera got fired. So if people still remember that and still go to see Scream 7 and it makes a profit, that will be concerning for the movement for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
They had protesters at the premiere, which is
yes.
Mm.
nice and definitely not something you want at a movie premiere, or maybe you do. I don't know. But as a not so huge fan of the franchise, like just trying to look at this as an outsider, the way I see it is like this movie is just duct taped together with the original stars, so it's really not appealing to any of the fans that 5 and 6 brought in. It's really just appealing to people that like the originals, I guess, which are probably, and these people are like what, 40, 50, 60 years old at this point, so who knows?
Yeah, Matthew Lillard is back for the movie.
Do we think he's
And
actually in it? I don't know.
I don't know because they had Skeet Ulrich come back, but it was just like the ghost of him, right? Like
Right.
haunting Melissa Barrera's character. And that was her dad. Um, I will say I am going to see the movie tomorrow night.
Cancel.
Because
Steph!
I am going to see the movie because my brother bought tickets for it, but
Cancel your brother.
also Shame.
Shame. Shame.
I have
Shame.
always been a huge Scream fan ever since I saw it, the first movie when I was like 13 years old. So it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite slasher movie to see. But I also want to see like how this movie turns out with all the stuff that happened in the past, because like you said, you know, Five Cream was so good for a reboot to come back. Scream 6 was good, but not as good as Five Cream. And now I just want to see like if they're gonna keep that momentum of going, you know, not as good as 6, going downhill a bit, or if they're gonna go up a bit. You know, if it's still gonna be good without Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega and the original director. I just want to see where this goes. And of course, you know, they should have never fired Melissa over something so stupid as standing up for what is right, right? Speaking out about something. So that's a shame on Spyglass for that. And I really hope that they learn from their actions with this new movie.
I
See how it goes for them.
it's hard because they also lost Jenna Ortega.
Yeah. And Jenna
So-
Ortega is hot right now, right? She's one of the hottest actors right now.
Hey, yo, Steph,
Hey.
chill.
This is a heated rivalry, Stefania.
What kind of show do you think this is?
Speaking of heated
Jeez.
rivalry,
Running
Connor
through my
Story
head,
is going to
everything you
be
said.
on SNL hosting this Saturday,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm so excited for that.
Yep, he is.
You know, I'm not surprised that he's. I wonder where the two of their, I guess, careers are gonna go, because they have a lot of.
Sorry, there's a stink bug that's crawling on the light in front of me. I just saw it. It scared me.
Scared me.
Oh my God.
I gotta handle this, guys. Hold on.
I swear to God. Jeez, I thought Steph was just being low key homophobic.
she doesn't have the headphones on. She didn't hear you say that.
So I was like, yeah, I wonder where these gay actors will go.
Oh.
I was like, geesh.
Okay, I'm back. So what's up, guys? What are we talking about? Oh, I know what we could talk about. So there has been an update on the women's hockey team, U.S. hockey team, commenting on the reaction to the men's team and the phone call with Trump and how everything went down. If you guys don't know, after the men's team won gold, beat Canada in an overtime game at the Olympics, they were seen celebrating in the locker room with Kash Patel, who used citizen funds for his own personal use of a plane to get there. Not the first time he's done that. And they were on a phone call with Trump. And Trump was saying all these things about them, blah, 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 invited them to the White House. They all were like, yeah, let's go. And then he said, oh, you know, we're going to have to invite the women too, because they don't want to risk impeachment. And they all laughed at that.
Mm.
And I don't know about you guys, but that seems a little offensive to me as a woman and someone who's actually done sports in the past. It's not a good look
At all.
for them to laugh at something like that.
Mm-mm.
That it's just locker room talk. Boys will be boys. Yeah, we've all heard that before, right?
Mhm.
It's not an excuse. Anyways, the women's team, specifically Hillary Knight, the captain, has responded to what has been said. And she spoke on ESPN SportsCenter, and she said that she found the joke distasteful, but that she also felt the men's team was in a tough spot. And then she goes and says, I think this is just a really good learning point to really focus on, you know how we talk about women, not only in sport, but in industry. Women aren't less than, and our achievements shouldn't be overshadowed by anything else other than how great they are. Wholeheartedly agree. This is just a reflection on how women are viewed in sports. Mind you, the women in the U.S. at the Olympics won more medals than the men this year. More than in Leave it to a man.
Sorry.
Leave it to a
Wow,
man.
Justin.
To this close to Women's History Month too?
Listen.
Wow, Justin.
No, wait. Okay.
Black History Month isn't enough for you. You also have to denigrate women.
I wasn't denigrating women. It was the drunk joke that the women. You know what? Anyways, you know what? It was supposed to be this. Anyways, sorry.
Oh, your finger slipped? Yeah, I've all heard that before.
Listen. Please don't cancel me. Please, I love hockey. Please.
Anyways, yeah, so that's how Hillary Knight responded. She goes, and whatever's going on should never outshine or minimize their work and our success on the world stage. This was the best American women's hockey team, the best American team we've ever put together on a world stage. And like I said, women more medals this year than the men, compared to the prior Winter Olympics, or I believe the Summer Olympics too. I'm not sure what the stats were, where they also won more than the men. And this year they just won a bit more than that. Which is very exciting to see. So yeah, and the guys did show up at the White House at the State of the Union. Trump brought them out. 5 men did not show up. One of them said that they just wanted to get back to the team. I believe he was the alternate goalie. He said he wanted to get back to the team since he didn't really have much play time, right? He just wanted to get back to it. Now, they're not going to out and say, like, yeah, I don't like the guy. I'm not going to show up. That's, I'm not going to support that. Even if they don't believe that or they do believe that, whatever, they're not going to say that, right? They're going to beat around the bush with it. But I think one of the most important things to learn from this is that we trusted men too easily, 1. And 2, men need to hold other men more accountable for their actions and what they say. It's not just a woman's job to do that, to defend ourselves. We need to have allies out there to help defend ourselves, because men need to hold themselves more accountable to each other and what they say. It's
Well
not
said.
just locker room talk.
I agree.
Was it literally
You heard that,
locker
Justin?
room talk? Wait,
You heard
what?
that?
Listen. I will always support women in male-dominated fields. Right? That's the right answer. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that doesn't. You have to ask.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Also, the women's team are going to be partying in Las Vegas with Flava Flav because he invited them out there. And he got all these companies, like I forgot which airline. He got an airline company, a hotel company in Las Vegas, to provide them flight and rooms and even a spa service. They even got, I think, like a glam thing, so girls can get their hair and makeup did. Basically like a whole like treatment for them, something, good food, especially because the men got Burger King at the White House. Did you guys see that photo or video? They were all eating like burgers.
Listen, we have to
Burgers.
stop. We have to stop.
Yep.
Like,
Shout out Flavor
like
Flav.
literally. Okay, I didn't know this. Here's the thing. Michelle Obama recently did an interview where she talks about the food situation at the White House. Apparently, it's not included in that you
Yeah.
are paying for your own food service and prep when you live in the White House.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Knowing that information, and every single time a sports team comes, you're getting served McDonald's burgers and fries is disgusting. Literally,
Yeah.
you couldn't spare a steak.
A billionaire.
For a
A
Libyan.
billionaire could not pay for better food than just fucking
You know
burgers
he's not
every
a
time he
billionaire.
invites
Mind you,
somebody.
this is the second time he did this.
Billionaire.
Do you remember the last time he like served burgers to, I forgot who he invited to the White House?
Yeah,
I think it
happened
was
before.
a Super Bowl team. I think. I'm not sure.
Probably. And he gave them burgers.
It's like, it's not cute. It's not.
No.
It's not. It's like that one person who think it's like cute and quirky to not clean anything in their room, or like oh yeah, I woke up at 2 p.m. I'm like, that's not cute. You have depression, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
You're an
get it
adult.
together.
You're an adult.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're
Yeah.
not a
You
morning
know?
person?
Yeah, it's weird. It's giving broke president behavior, but we'll talk about that at another election. Anyways, speaking of elections, are you guys ready for the final game of Name This Black Person?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's
Let's
do
go
it.
out with a bang.
Will we redeem ourselves, Stefania, or shall we be known as racist? Let's find out.
Listen,
Let's
I'm
find
not
out.
calling you racist. You're just losing the racism game.
That's true. That's true.
Listen, I tried to help you, okay? But this time I made it pretty hard. I'm getting the blackest of black celebrities that only black people would know.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, let's just start off
Great.
with one that Steph might get. You know what? Might. I think I have faith that you could get this person. Are you guys ready?
Yes, Derek is frozen, so he's a little bit behind.
I'm back.
Oh, he's
All right.
back.
Who is this person?
Damn it.
He has a movie coming out this weekend.
Yes, he's in Scream.
Yeah.
But what's his name?
Oh,
He's
Scream
also
guy.
the son of a very famous black actor. What's his name?
Can you give me a last name?
It will give it away.
I wouldn't know his first name anyway.
It's Gooding. Son of one of the most famous black actors of all time.
Derek, do you know?
Nope.
I only know him from Scream. I've never seen him in anything else.
I feel like I might have seen him in
And I've
other
only
stuff,
seen
but I
Scream
don't know his name.
once. Oh, wait. Was he? Sorry, there's like dogs barking outside. Was he in? Was
He
he
was
like
in
one of
Heart
those?
Eyes as well. Another recent movie. This is
Dogs are barking everywhere.
this is Mason Gooding, son of Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh. Okay.
Jesus, guys.
I don't know he was his son actually.
I guarantee you,
Jesus.
most people aren't getting this one.
Okay.
If
The
you're a
black
viewer
people will get
and
this
you see
one.
this, and tell us if you know this guy or not.
All right.
Yeah.
Who is
Oh, my
This
elbow was just
person.
licked.
this person?
I don't know who this guy is because I have not seen anything that he's. I mean, I've seen him before, but I don't know anything that he's in.
He's in a lot of black movies.
Yeah, he's in Barbershop. He's
Think Like a Man.
yeah, he's it's Jesse Williams and him, and they're like they're the two hot light skinned dudes
With bright eyes.
Yeah, and you're gonna say his name, and I'll be like, oh yeah, it's that guy, but I always forget his name. I barely remember Jesse Williams.
He's also in Fast and the Furious.
I don't watch Fast and Furious.
Bro, like the first one
He's not in the first movie.
Also, this is
or the second one.
probably before my time. I did not grow up watching
You
his
can't
movies.
keep using that excuse, Steph. You
I
can't.
did not grow up watching his movies, dude.
Jeez. This is Michael Ealy.
There it is.
I don't know that name.
Oh my God.
There it is.
Okay. I'm going to show you a very famous black actress.
You say that, and then
Yeah.
and then you
It's
act like well,
guest
no.
appearance, day player from
No.
Yeah.
No. Every black person knows who Michael Ealy is. Don't
Mhm.
play like that. But who is this person?
Oh, that's Regina Hall.
Wrong.
No way.
That's not Regina Hall.
That is not Regina Hall.
Shit.
She was in Love Jones. She was in Friday. She's in Boys in the Hood.
I'm like
I know her.
I'm
I
like
don't know her name.
Barbara. I'm like Barbara from Abbott Elementary with the names. I'm sorry.
Jeez. Anybody.
I know her. I don't know the name. I'm sure if you say the name, I'll probably say like, oh yeah.
It's Nia Long.
Oh, okay.
Nia Long?
Yeah.
okay.
I recognize the name now.
I know her. Yeah.
Jesus. All right. The final. Can you name this black person?
Oh God.
I am confident you have seen the next person. Who is this?
Oh,
Bro,
that's Tia
Fuck
Mowry.
you, bro.
That's
Fuck
Tia
you.
Mowry.
How dare you Because how are we supposed to know if that's Tia or Tamara?
I think that's Tia. I don't know. I think that's Tia Mowry.
How am I
Tamara's no
supposed to
longer
know
in the-
that?
Tamara's
How
no
do you
longer in the
know?
spotlight.
All right.
Tamara's
Is
no
it
longer in the
Tia or
spotlight.
Tamara?
All right.
It's Tia because Tamara's no longer in the spotlight.
All right. Look, Stefania, we'll split the difference here. One of us is gonna lose this one. Okay, you're saying Tia.
I'm saying Tia.
I'm gonna say Tamara.
Are you final answer? Everyone locking in.
Final
Sure.
answer.
This is Tia Mowry.
Let's go,
There you go.
I
You had a
know her.
50-50 shot.
I know
Jesus
her
Christ.
from my childhood for sure.
Jesus Christ. Your
Twitches,
childhood.
Twitches,
Your childhood.
baby.
You were watching Twitches. Don't lie,
Twitches.
Steph.
Twitches too. Hell yeah.
Peak
You were
cinema.
watching Twitches on streaming. We were watching it
I
live.
was watching Twitches on Disney. Okay?
Oh, okay.
On Disney Channel
Lies.
31
Lies.
on my TV.
Lies.
31 was Disney. 32 was not TNT. What's the other one that where Ed and Eddie was on, and then
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network. That's it. And then 33 was Nickelodeon.
Fam, that's nice. I
Jeez.
was
I think
poor.
33 was Nickelodeon.
I was poor. So 33 for me was UPN, and 39 was WB, and then those were like 2 of the 7 channels that I got because it was just like
Damn.
broadcast TV.
Well, what a way to close out
Oh,
Black
and
History Month.
Sister too. I didn't watch Sister, but I know that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steph,
I know her from Twitches, baby.
we have to stop you before you keep. No, we have to stop you. No, that's the
Twitches
end of
was
our
my
show.
shit. I saw
We-
that at the right age of
We have
86
to
years
go.
old.
Follow us on the socials. See you next week. Bye.